Hello, Irit.
Hello, hello.
Shalom. Tell us, how did you become a believer?
So I was born in Israel, and when I was about 20, my parents decided to move to Czech Republic, the whole family, basically, me and my sisters. And when I came to Czech, God started working in my life. Up until that point, I didn't know. I didn't know God. I was, you would call maybe agnostic. I was never a complete atheist, but I didn't believe. And but I didn't know much about Yeshua at all, I would say. A little bit studied at school, but didn't understand much. And then when I came to Czech Republic, I suddenly started seeing Christians. It was interesting because it was a time after the communist regime fell. There was a revival in Czech Republic, and I came in '96. And God just started showing me things through the believers. I started going to, I was in hospital with I got married and I was in hospital with my baby before she was born. And I met a believer there, and we started talking about Yeshua, and she started explaining things to me. At the same time, my mom and my sister started going to church, and I saw a change in them as well. And so I just started being really curious about who Yeshua is. I started studying it. And in addition, I had not an easy marriage because my husband is Czech and, you know, different culture and everything. And so in a time of distress, I called God and I said, okay, if Yeshua is the Messiah, show me. And I started to change. And God started to showing me things, how I'm supposed to live. And that's how I basically became a believer.
Irit, what are you doing today here in this church?
Well, I was when I came to Israel. That's another part of the testimonies, that in the beginning I came to faith, and I went to a Christian church. But after 8 years, God reminded me that I'm Jewish, that I'm Israeli, and that I need to go back to my roots. And so basically we started a Messianic congregation, and after some time, after a few years, we came back to Israel. Basically after 18 years, we came back to Israel. In Israel, I was an English teacher for 10 years, and 2 years ago, God showed me that I'm supposed to leave my job and start teaching the Bible and basically sharing the gospel the way He shows me. So He basically brought me to this congregation, to this church, as a volunteer. I volunteer every Tuesday, just showing the place around the church and explaining about my faith and about the Messianic faith in general. And yeah, that's what I do. I teach the Bible, and this is part of what I do. So I'm really, really happy. And yeah, it's part of a ministry that God has opened for me.
Do you have any special story of what happened in this church that touched you?
Well, there were many conversations so far with people. The people that come here are open to listen and to hear. I think something special happened is then when we had a class of students, I think it was like a month ago or more, and they came. Normally you can't share the gospel with young people under 18, but they came with their teacher and they asked many good questions, and it was a pleasure to talk to them and just explain about my faith. And I have to say I really enjoyed it. So even the teacher had to say, okay, we're finishing, and you know, so that was so nice, because I have really on my heart the next generation, the young people. And yeah, part of the ministry also, we have a little bit like a beginning of a kindergarten for Messianic kids. So this is really on my heart. So I really enjoyed that conversation and just speaking to people, and yeah, and having good conversations here every time. So that's a pleasure. And talking to Andy when we have time.
Thank you very much, Irit.
You're welcome.